There's so many ideas of how you can use the dual user mode in ActivInspire. This active tip is just going to touch on examples using the Selector or the arrow tool. Many of the examples you will see in this active tip come directly out of ActivInspire's vast resource library of template pages. So on this page we have a Venn diagram. Now the first thing we need to do is turn on the dual user mode. So to do that, I'm going to go down to my tools, and then I'm going to click on Dual User, which is the third button down. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to turn on the handwriting recognition on both user pens. So for the student pen, it's going to be the button there in the bottom left of the toolbar. And for myself, I'm going to go to my toolbar and click on handwriting recognition. Now each student is going to write either a characteristic or a type of animal that goes into each of these Venn diagrams. And because we have the handwriting recognition turned on, it's going to turn that handwriting straight into text. And you can notice that we can go on either side. So I switched over there. Again, my wife is helping me out. She's playing the student in this. And she's writing animals. I'm writing water. And you can see it's just going right into the Venn diagram. You can even have students vote using their active votes to pick where they want things to go. Now on this next page, we're going to pull out some game templates. So right here we have a TicTacToe template that comes straight out of Inspire. And again, using the dual user, each person can come up and play the game at the exact same time. So we'll play a quick game here of TicTacToe. Being the gentleman, I'll give my wife the first move. And you can see we can play at the exact same time on any area of the board. You can see she's getting close, but I'm going to stop her, and then I'll show you the best way to play TicTacToe here in a second. When you get a spot like this, you just take an X there, you move her O, you get an X there, then you get another X there. You see, when you move things around, TicTacToe is an easy game. And my wife is confused. This next game template is Connect 4, a game that sadly I always get beat at. But again, we can play this at the exact same time, each grabbing pieces and moving them around. And that's where I think I'm going to put it. Right about there. So you can see that we're each going to play at the exact same time. There's no lag in the movement. And there we go. So I got her in TicTacToe, she got me in Connect 4. Now right here is a great example of a 100 square. And again, this comes straight out of the ActivInspire resource library. So in this 100 square, we could have the students come up at the same time, and they can label all of the prime numbers. So in this example, I'm going to take the color orange. My wife will take the color green, and we'll go ahead and highlight all the prime numbers. So again, you could have your classroom working as the students are going together, and they could use their expressions to vote what the next number should be. Now on this page, this is a great example of how two students can work together, or how a student teacher can work together to match things. So on this, I have some vertical restrictors set up, so we can create words. So you can see as I move one or the other, as my wife moves the first part of the word, I can move the second part of the word, and we can work together to create a word out of all of these options right here. Now in honor of the upcoming hockey season, we're going to go ahead and pick the word power play. You can see we'll line it up right there. And so very cool. As a teacher, you can pick the first part of the word and then have the student come and pick the second part of the word. Very cool. We have another template that has rotating wheels. So again, we could use this for prefixes as we teach prefixes. So the teacher could pick the prefix, and then the student could pick the rest of the word and what they want to pick. So for this one, we'll pick semi-logical. Now let's go with semi-literate, which many times I've been called that. So these are great examples. We got these straight out of the ActivInspire resource library. This last example is a bit more complex. But what you could do here is you could have different parts of energy, you could have different images that go with this energy, and different texts, and you could actually put them together to show a mind map. So one example you can see us working together here is I can pull out chemical energy, and I can go down and pull up an image like the sun, and then the student, or in this case my wife, can go up and pick the text that goes with it. So we think that nuclear fission in the Earth's core probably doesn't go with the sun, but I'll get a picture of the Earth, put it there with it. So together we can put things around. I could pull out the melting ice cream. We could put that text on top of it. So you can see we could work together to create a mind map. And then right here you can see the completed page. So on this page we actually have connectors set so they move around together. So as your students complete this, they could use the connectors, and you can see those connecting lines are going to stay linked up with the diagram. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these examples of how you can make your flip charts more interactive using the dual user mode in ActivInspire, and a few templates that you can use the Selector tool with. Remember, these templates are in ActivInspire, and if you want to learn more, go to Promethean Planet. Enjoy.